5 seconds. Start. However, since the petitioner tenant had also filed the written statements, therefore taking into consideration the pleadings of the parties, the rent authority framed the issues for its determination. White order dated 14 March 2019 stop. Aggrieved against the above said two orders dismissing his applications for rejection of the eviction petitions passed by the rent authority. The petitioner tenant filed two appeals before the appellate authority questioning the order passed by the rent authority stop. Similarly aggrieved against not ordering immediate eviction of the tenant and framing of issues in both the petitions. The respondent landlord also preferred two appeals before the rent authority stop. Therefore, the appellate authority considered four appeals, two filed by the petitioner tenant and two filed by the respondent landlord stop. The appellate authority dismissed the appeals filed by the petitioner and held that the application for rejection of the eviction petitions had rightly been dismissed by the rent authority stop. In the appeal filed by the respondent landlord, the appellate authority held that since the rent has not been paid by the tenant and the default continued even during the pendency of the proceedings before the rent authority, therefore the tenant was liable to be evicted for non-payment of rent stop. Hence the appeals filed by the landlord were allowed stop. However, the matter was remanded to the rent authority to grant an opportunity to the petitioner tenant to pay the up-to-date rent to the respondent landlord, failing which the rent authority was directed to pass the eviction order without carrying out any further proceedings stop. It is against these four orders passed in two different eviction petitions that the present four petitions have been filed by the petitioner stop. It deserves mentioned here that it is not even disputed that the petitioner has not paid any rent after filing of the eviction petition before the rent authority stop. Before the appellate authority also no rent was paid or deposited by the petitioner stop. Before this court also the matter has been pending for about 2 years, but no rent has been paid or deposited by the petitioner stop. Hence, during the entire period of litigation, the petitioner has been occupying the premises without payment of any rent stop. Before proceeding further with the arguments, this court had asked the petitioner whether he was ready to pay the rent and its arrears to retain the premises stop. The counsel for the petitioner had sought time to get instructions in this regard. Stop. However, on the next date of hearing, the counsel for the petitioner submitted that he has the instructions to say that the petitioner is not in position to pay any rent because the petitioner has gone bankrupt. Stop. These facts and the assertions by the petitioner itself disentitle him to continue in possession of the premises in question for even a single minute, and the petitioner is liable to be evicted from the premises with immediate effect. Stop. However, since the petitioner has raised certain legal questions, therefore it is appropriate that this court considers the same and then decide the matter. Stop. Over.